Welcome to One India News Hour. The growing cloud trend to watch out for in 2021. Digital technology in every enterprise needs to work smarter, not harder. Cloud computing has emerged as the biggest enabler for the world economy, businesses and remote workforces during the coronavirus pandemic and will continue to be imperative for organizations looking for increased scalability, business continuity and cost efficiency in 2021. According to Gartner, the worldwide spending on public cloud will grow by 18.4% in 2021 to a total of $304.9 billion, up from $257.5 billion in 2020. The cloud's ability to offer pay-per-use scalable models to achieve cost efficiency and business continuity is providing an impetus for organizations to rapidly accelerate their cloud migration journey. Further, the Gartner report states that the proportion of IT spending that is shifting to cloud has increased in the aftermath of rapid adoption of the work-from-home model, with cloud projected to make up 14.2% of the total global enterprise IT spending market in 2024, up from 9.1% in 2020. Although software as a service remains the largest market segment and is predicted to grow to $117.7 billion in 2021, while platforms as a service is anticipated to grow by a higher margin at 26.6%. The increased consumption of platform as a service is driven by the need to modernize the legacy applications and the underlying infrastructure to reduce latency and achieve cost efficiency and better performance. Let's look into today's headlines in One India. Government issues notice to Twitter for unblocking accounts over farmer genocide hashtags. The government has sent a notice to Twitter directing the microblogging site to comply with its order to remove contents and accounts related to farmer genocide hashtags. If Twitter did not comply with action, it may face penal action according to sources. Earlier, Twitter had blocked around 250 accounts following an order from the Ministry of Electronics and IT. According to sources, Twitter had unilaterally unblocked accounts and tweets despite the specific order. Microsoft geared to support Australian government amid Google to leave Australia. The business of Google is mostly into news, data collection and dissemination. The recent threat to the Australian government, Microsoft said, while other tech companies may sometimes threaten to leave Australia, we will never make such a threat. This comes after Google threatened to pull down its search engine in Australia following the government's proposal to make tech companies pay local news publishers for their content. Microsoft said it was in full support of the new laws. Microsoft will ensure that small businesses who wish to transfer their advertising to Bing can do so simply and with no transfer costs. We recognize the important role search advertising plays to the more than 2 million small businesses in Australia, it said. 93,000 cybercrimes related to wrongful act, sexual exploitation and hate are registered in 3 years, says government. Over 93,000 cybercrimes related to fraud, sexual exploitation and spreading of hate have been registered in the country between 2017 and 2019, said the Minister of State for Home Affairs, G. Krishna Reddy. The motives behind such crimes included personal revenge, sexual exploitation, inciting hate, spreading piracy and stealing information, Reddy added. He further said the number of cybercrimes was increasing with the enhanced use of the internet. Government to explore use of blockchain tech for exploring digital economy. The government will explore the use of blockchain technology proactively for ushering in the digital economy. The government does not consider cryptocurrencies legal tender or coins and will take all measures to eliminate the use of these crypto assets in financing illegitimate activities or as part of the payment system, said Minister of State for Finance Anurag Singh Thakur. Digital payments transactions have been steadily increasing since the last few years post demonetization. Sergey Brin has set up family office in Singapore. Google co-founder Sergey Brin has opened a family office in Singapore to help manage his wealth called Bayshore Global Management. The 47-year-old has a net worth of $86.5 billion. Family offices are private investment companies set up to manage the assets of wealthy individuals and clans. He joins the rush of super rich families opening up family offices in the Asian financial hub, including British entrepreneur Sir James Dyson. Mr. Brin is the latest billionaire to take advantage of Singapore's low tax regime and generous incentives for family offices. Panasonic to reorganize its solar cells and modules manufacturing business. Panasonic Corporation has announced that it will wind up the production of solar products at its facilities in Malaysia and Japan by the end of the next fiscal year. The company will also cease the production of solar wafers, cells and modules at its facility in Malaysia in fiscal 2022. It plans to liquidate its local entity Panasonic Solar Energy Malaysia and lay off employees by March 2022. However, the company will continue manufacturing storage batteries and inverters. Additional CBI Director Praveen Sinha appointed as the interim CBI Director. The Centre on Wednesday appointed Gujarat Cadre IPS officer of 1988 batch and additional director in the CBI, Praveen Sinha, as the interim chief of the premier agency following superannuation of the incumbent boss Rishi Kumar Shukla as per the Department of Personnel and Training. The order came after former CBI Director Rishi Kumar Shukla's 2-year tenure ended on Wednesday. Sinha will look after the duties with immediate effect. This is for the 4th time since 2014 that an acting director has been given charge to look after duties of the CBI chief. There is growth of 14% to rupees 1,310 crores in the December quarter, says Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra said its profit after tax rose 14.3% to rupees 1,309.8 crores for the quarter ended December 31st, 2020. The rise in profit was 23% on the sequential basis. It further says its revenue from operations was almost flat on an annual basis and rose 2.9% quarterly at rupees 9,647.1 crores in the third quarter. The technology modernization cycle continues to gather pace, and our positioning of creating experiences through NXT now has seen us gain significant traction in the marketplace. We believe that the future is now, and we are continuously innovating to address this shift in spending, said C.P. Gurnani, Tech Mahindra MD and CEO. Kishore Biani barred from securities market in insider trading case, says SEBI. India's market regulator SEBI has barred the Future Group Chief Executive Kishore Biani and his brother Anil from accessing the securities market for a year after investigating insider trading in shares of its retail firm Future Retail in 2017. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI, has said the two brothers traded in shares of Future Retail through a group company on the basis of unpublished price-sensitive information before a demerger of certain businesses of Future Retail that pushed its share price higher. Opportunity to be of service to nation, says Sridhar Vembu. Zoho founder Sridhar Vembu, who was awarded Padma Shri this year, has been appointed to the National Security Advisory Board. Thanking National Security Advisory Ajit Doval in a tweet on Wednesday, Vembu said, "I returned to India to serve the cause of technology-led rural development, and this advisory role affords me another opportunity to be of service to the nation." To conclude, the cloud will continue to evolve and innovate. However, the potential benefits of cloud haven't been utilized by all industries uniformly, as some industries have unique demands in terms of data localization, protection or compliance laws. For instance, the financial services industry is highly regulated and therefore requires a cloud partner that understands the nuance of security, compliance, edge computing, software-defined network functions, etc. Hence, major public cloud providers are recognizing this need and investing in industry cloud solutions to meet specialized business requirements. Leading cloud service providers are joining this bandwagon to provide highly polished and targeted features and support to different industries. However, not many are aware of its true potential across sectors. Here, we take a look at the benefits of opting for industry clouds. By having several industry-specific features built in as part of the cloud platform services, enterprises do not need to worry about the infrastructure management, platform modernization, and the associated regulatory, security, and compliance guidelines. These responsibilities naturally get transmitted to the cloud service provider. When cloud solutions have these capabilities built in, it addresses the problems of systematic risks that most organizations face with security and data privacy. This allows businesses to focus on creating value, differentiating offerings and products in a cloud-native environment. Let's wind up for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to One India News Magazine. You can download the One India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.